Bonjour tout le monde.
Bonjour.
Hi,
Bonjour.
it's Sacha Blanchet, and today I'm with my mother. She's actually visiting us, and I thought it would be kind of fun to show you how we cook here. You know, I love cooking, and you know, this is one of my passions when I'm not out showing houses or negotiating a deal. I love coming here in the house and just taking time for myself. And today I have the pleasure to have my parents, my mom especially, that's going to be cooking with me. She's coming all the way from Quebec. As you know, I'm from Quebec, Canada. And today we decided we want to cook something that would be very typical French Canadian from Quebec. So we decided to go ahead and cook something amazingly good, maple butter. So my parents have a sugar shack in Quebec, so we'll be able to cook some of the maple syrup and make it a maple butter, and we'll show you how we make that. Now we're ready to do the maple butter. So it's actually not really a butter, it's a spread. So what it is, it's all natural. So all you have to do is very simple. You go to any place where they sell pure maple syrup. So nothing artificial, just make sure you buy the pure maple syrup from Quebec or Vermont or any of those. And you're gonna go ahead, you can find that. They have a lot at Costco. My parents have a sugar shack in Quebec, so they brought this bottle of syrup. So it's about 1 liter of syrup. And I will go ahead, and what I had to do is I poured it into our pan here, and we actually have to boil that for about 30 minutes until it reached 230 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and when we reach the 230 degrees, then we have to stop the burner and let it sit for a while. And as soon as it actually starts coming down, we're gonna actually right now take it inside our sink, and there's actually cold water into our sink here. I've got to bring it down to about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour it into the cold water here. So just to let it sit without moving it, without actually stirring yet. So now the temperature is starting to go down. We're actually 125 right now. We've got to wait a little bit longer until it reaches 100. So this is very simple. It's just pure maple syrup inside that just was boiled up to 230 degrees. And what's really great about the maple is that there's nothing added to it. You can put the syrup in every dish that you'd like to, but the spread is actually really, really amazing because you put that on toast. But my favorite one is to put that on fresh, warm croissant. It's just amazing. So, and you'll see how we make it. It's very simple, but it's a little bit labor intensive. So we already had to wait about 30 minutes to boil it to the 230 degrees. And now we're waiting until it cools off. So with actually 1 liter of maple syrup, you're actually going to make about between 2 and 3 of those of the maple spread, maple butter. So where actually really amazing is when you actually boil the sap of the maple trees. That's what takes so many. I believe it's over 30 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. So it's really, really, when you look at the sap coming off the trees, it looks like water that is slightly sweet. And after boiling it for hours and hours, then it becomes the maple syrup. So the only time of the year that we can have maple syrup in Quebec, Canada, or in Vermont has some too, is during the month of March, April, when it's springtime. So, and again now the very traditional sugar shack, we call them. There you can still bring your own bucket and fill up all the sap from the trees and bring it to the trees, bring it to the shack and boil it for hours until it actually becomes the maple syrup.
Ça fait des rassemblements de famille aussi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do a lot of different parties around the family, and we celebrate the time, a good time, and picking up all the sap from the trees. Mm-hmm. It's only in March, April, and it's actually a lot of work because then you got to walk through all the maple trees, and there's still 5 to 6 feet of snow between the trees. So you usually have to actually wear like snowshoes in between all the trees to pick up all the sap. So, but now we're going to be making the maple butter here soon. And another thing we can also do, maybe the next video, what we'll do is we'll actually create some maple taffy. So that's also really amazing. What you have to do is boil the maple syrup to a higher degree than the maple spread here. And you actually pour that on fresh snow. And you pick it like a really nice like wood stick and you roll it around and it becomes like a candy or a taffy that you eat on the stick. So that's another tradition that people in Quebec know about it and love doing during the springtime, during the sugar shack time.
Yes.
So we're almost there on the temperature. We're just about 110 degrees right now. So another 10 degrees.
You can check with your finger.
And see.
Yes, finger.
It's still a little warm. Very good.
It's the best for check.
So sweet and good.
This is a big job.
Yes, a lot of work. But also it's the most important is to make sure that it cooks to the right degree. The 230 degrees Fahrenheit is very important. And sometimes you got to verify because if you're in a high altitude where the pressure is higher, then it varies as well. So that 230 degrees here was for today the best temperature to do that. If you boil it to 240, then the spread, the butter is going to be too hard. So you really want to have it at the right degree here. So.
Avant, toujours surveiller la pression atmosphérique.
Always verify the pressure of the air as well. Right.
Beaucoup de variation.
Lots of variation. Okay, now that we reached the 100 degree, I'm going to go ahead and pull that. I'm going to take the thermometer out, leave it into the water. Okay. And I'm going to put it into right here. And I'm going to stop stirring very slowly. So you can see we still have the same color than the syrup here. Then I'm going to stop.
The syrup changed the color.
Yes, you will see the change of color very soon. It's going to become whitish.
C'est en brassant, when you comment brasser? Stir. L'air sort du sirop d'érable.
Okay. So she's saying that when you're stirring it, the air comes out of the maple syrup.
Ça fait aérer
and it aerate.
Aérate pas solution, mais le beurre.
The sweet,
le sirop. Tu peux aller un petit peu plus vite, là.
So we already can see a difference in the color right now.
Faut qu'il soit énergique un peu. J'espère qu'il va pogner. Ah oui, je commence. When you shake the balloon, the bottle.
When the balloon starts forming into the.
It changes the color.
The color is changing and it's becoming more white.
Ah ouais, shake. Fatigant ça.
Stir.
Shake. Yeah.
Plus?
Ah, comme ça là. Ah ouais, lâche pas. Tu râles de temps en temps ton côté. Yeah. Good.
when it gets like cooler, it's important to pull a little faster. So typically it takes about 10 minutes of stirring until it's actually ready. We're almost there. So we're now completed here. So we had like a very nice looking spread, and we'll go ahead and pour it into the bowl.
Oh, il est beau. Okay.
And it will actually get slightly harder, and it will be a perfect to put on toast and croissant. So when you're all done with making your maple syrup into maple spread butter, you can actually put them into the refrigerator for a few days. You can eat it, or if you want to keep it longer, you can also freeze it. So I just pulled one out of the freezer, and this is how it looks like. And you just take it out maybe like 10-15 minutes before eating it, and it's just amazing. Once again, this is great on toast and on warm croissant. So you can take it from the fridge or the freezer maybe like 15-20 minutes before and just spread it on it. It's all natural, all amazing. This is Sacha Blanchet with Sacha Blanchet Real Estate. I am so glad that you guys were here with all of us, with my parents visiting me in Arizona. And I hope you enjoyed it, and feel free to reach out to us if you have any other questions. See you later.